but there is a day one download.
As with every
game.
Yeah, exactly.
As with every game, you get a day one download. Most games today have a day one download. Day one download is the way to go, even if it means you don't get the entire game. Well, shit matched. The Spyro Reignited Trilogy is officially shipping incomplete. We got delayed a whole 2 months for nothing. Why can't you assholes just say you can't play through the game? The game requires an update. The game isn't complete. You have to download the rest of the game. You ever wonder why they always say things in a certain way to try to downplay the extreme?
So when you buy the game, you'll be able to play through all of the first game and some of games 2 and 3. But there is a day one download.
As with every
game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, you can play through the first game and some of the second and third games. I mean, no, we can't. But you won't say that because you know how bad it sounds. So instead, we're going to dance around the topic like you've been doing for the past 4 months, or 3 months, however, whenever this whole controversy initially first blew up. You're just going to keep dancing around it because that's all you guys know how to do. You never want to be direct. You never want to be specific. Everything has to be sugar-coated. Everything has to be sidestepped. You just can't tell us straight up like, no, the game is going to ship incomplete, no matter what. We're going to delay it 2 months, and we're still going to be in the same room. You waited 2 months for nothing. You might as well should have just released it on the 21st. Because what did you do? Did you just hide behind the initial statement saying the game needed more time and care? More time and care for what? Like, what, were you legitimately not done with the game? Or did you need more time to realize that you couldn't fit all the games on a disc? If that was actually what it was. Red Dead Redemption just came out a few days ago, shipped with 2 discs. Because Rockstar, for some dumb reason, figured that we want everyone to be able to play the game. We want everything to be able to be downloaded physically. Because this is a big game. The game is like, what, over 90 gigabytes? Red Dead Redemption 2, 90 gigabytes? And they actually went out of their way to ensure that we had 2 separate discs. One to install and one to play on, I believe. As with every game, you gotta love how these guys always try to downplay something that is obviously a big issue, but make it seem like it's no big deal. As if comparing a regular day one patch to a full-blown, you need to download the rest of the game like they're the same thing. Like, it's just no big deal. How big is this patch, since everybody wants to assume that it's nothing more of a patch? I mean, looking down through threads and everyone's like, oh, it's just a patch. It's just a patch, like... So, patch the rest of the game? Because that's basically what it's starting to sound like. Because this is exactly what I said in my previous video. Is this a patch where you're just fixing some minor things so that the game is playable? Or are you literally putting the rest of the game are you literally putting the rest of the game up for download because you were too lazy or you just didn't care enough to ship this game with multiple discs? 1 install disc and 1 for us to play on. Was that too much to ask for? You couldn't do that. But Josh, it's the 21st century. Everybody has good internet. Everybody has good internet. If you don't have good internet, what are you doing with a PS4?
Fuck all you rural people. Fuck all you taking your Xboxes on a trip with you. You're screwed if the internet sucks. Oh, screw you if you live in a low-income area. Screw you if your internet sucks. That's what it is. Screw you.
Oh man, guys, I don't know. This is gaming now, I guess. It's like I mentioned it before. Multi-billion-dollar company Activision can't figure out a way to like. And you know, here's the funny thing, and this is why I'm so suspicious of these people, of these companies, how they're trying to push everything to digital gaming. Everything's got to go digital because it's so easy. If everything's digital, it's easier for us, the publisher, to just get away with whatever we want. You don't have to worry about no physical releases. You don't have to worry about anything being locked on the disc because there is no disc. No more disc lock content. We don't have to hide none of that stuff anymore. Everything is just digital. But, you know, fuck me, right? I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Server shutting down years later and then not being able to access the game at some point in the future, not a problem. Never happens. PT demo never happens. So where do we go from here? Essentially, Toys for Bob and Activision, they didn't. And here's the funny thing about it: they don't, like I said before, they're always sidestepping and sugarcoating things. They never tell you directly. And I'm like, man, I feel like, you know, the gaming industry is turned into politics. Everybody just dances around issues instead of just answering it directly. We gotta wait up to like 2 weeks before the game come out before we get any final word from the people on what's going on. You couldn't tell us this 2 months ago. Oh, you didn't. You didn't want to tell us because you knew it would cause a shit storm. So you just decided to stay quiet, release some bullshit statement that doesn't address anything, and just, you know, and wait for it to muddle out. Because, you know, most YouTubers are going to be too excited looking at the Dino gameplay to care about what's going on with the game. Like, wow, look, this game looks good. It looks good, guys. It looks good. It's been looking good since we've seen it. My apologies for not being excited over and over whenever they show one little new thing. Oh, look, guys, they show Hunter. I'm like, oh. Oh, look, guys, Bianca. Oh, hey, look, guys, Allura. So how about that game? You know, I mean, at this point, I expect everything to look great. All right, we've seen Spyro, we've seen the worlds. I kind of, you know, it's kind of easy for me to just take that and stretch that across the assumed look for the rest of the games. The game's gonna look fine. Can I play it though? But whatever. So I guess this means for me, gotta wait for a PC release. And it's almost certainly going to be a thing. And the reason why I prefer waiting for a PC release is because only on the PC do you have some type of option for do you have better purchase options. Whereas opposed to, like, you know, consoles where you're just stuck with it. It's $40 forever, $60 forever. Oh yeah, then there's the rumor on the bundle. The Spyro and the Crash Bandicoot bundle. It's supposed to be shipping together $60, which is somewhat of a steal because you'll be getting both games for $30. Still, I'm assumingly you still have to download games 2 and 3 for Spyro. Ugh, I'm so sick of game companies talking to us like this. I'm so sick of them not having the respect for gamers to just tell them how things are. Because it's the reason why they talk like this, man. They talk like this because they know how bad it sounds. They just won't tell you. Could you imagine if Activision or Toys for Bob just came out and just straight up said, no, the game requires a download. It requires it. It's not a day one patch. You know, using that safe term. It's day one patch. You know, it happens so often, so it's normal, guys. It's normal. It's normal for you to have to download the rest of your game. You know, if they had just came out and said, nope, get fucked. You need to download games 2 and 3 in order to play the rest of the game, regardless of how you buy it, physical or digital. You gotta download it. If they just came out and said that, don't you think people would have been a little bit more forward in how they felt about it? No. I mean, yes, they would, but no. They chose the safe route because, you know, we don't want controversy tied to Spyro. It'd be so easy if we just ship this game. If it, first, you know, however, I don't know how they managed to pull it off, but okay, the game exceeds 50 gigabytes. Let's just buy that. 2 disc. What's stopping you from doing that? For as long as I can remember games being playable off of a disc, they've always added multiple discs should a game exceed the storage capacity for a single disc. Back in the day, PlayStation 1 did it, PlayStation 2 did it, Xbox 360, not PS3, but 360 did it. You know, fucking here. Goddamn, Lost Odyssey. You remember this game? Great game. Awesome game. Lost Odyssey. Requires 4 disc. 4 disc game. Could you imagine how this game would have sold if you had to download discs 3 and 4? I don't know what else to say. Outside of course, the generic, like, yes, I'm extremely disappointed, extremely let down by Toys for Bob. Feel like they just been, like, bullshitting us this whole time. And, of course, Activision. Because, you know, I always wanted to, you know, give Toys for Bob a pass. I'm like, well, Activision's the real bad guys, and they got their thumb all over Toys for Bob, and Toys for Bob can only do so much. Like, nah, sorry, share the blame. Because you guys sit here and you keep passing it off like it's no big deal. Oh, every game's doing it nowadays. Everyone does it. How come Red Dead isn't doing it then? Why is it Spyro? Man, maybe, hopefully in the future, if there's ever a chance they're gonna remaster the other Spyro games, Activision can lose the rights to Spyro, give it to Rockstar, so they can put it all on disc for us, since Activision can't do it. Or won't do it. They can do it, they just chose not to because we're gonna save money, we're gonna cheap out because the billions or millions of dollars we have in our pockets, we don't want to touch. We rather inconvenience the consumer in order to sell this game, rather than give them full access, because they want everyone to play the game. They say that a million times. We want everyone to play the game. Everyone except people with shit internet. Fuck them. I guess they better figure out how to, you know, get out of the boonies somewhere and get somewhere with decent internet so they can download the rest of their game. It's required. Yes, required. You cannot play the Reignited Trilogy without connecting to the internet first. But anyway, that was my rant. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep playing Soul Calibur. Or, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pick up Red Dead. You know, I've been kind of stalling on that because, like, I let my little brother borrow my PlayStation. And I was like, yeah, I'm just let him hang on to it. I won't want it back until Spyro comes out. But now, just fuck it. I'm gonna get it back and play Red Dead instead. Because, you know, they care enough to put everything on the disc. Support the company that actually cares. I'll see you guys on the next episode of... Or, is this an episode? I'll see you guys on the next upload. Take it easy. Follow me on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. Leave a thumbs up if you agree, a thumbs down if you disagree. And if you want to discuss it in the comment section below, I am more than happy to welcome you. So, yeah. See you next time. This is your Immortal Afro signing out. Later.